Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, welcome you all to the industrial pharmacy class. Today is the second lecture of 8th week and overall lecture is lecture number 16. Today we will discuss the topics that we have covered so far in the 8th semester industrial pharmacy course, having the course code PCU 608. The main objectives of this lecture is to learn about the topic covered so far, including the pharmaceutical emulsion. That is the first chapter we have covered. The second chapter that we have covered is pharmaceutical suspension, and the third one is equipment used for ointment, paste, gels, jellies, patches, implants and sachets. And the current chapter that we have not completely covered, and some of the topics has been covered from the chapter entitled sterile products. Dear students, after the completion of this lecture, you will be able to know about the topics covered so far that I have told you about the topics that is being covered so far. Let's briefly overview the topics and the chapters covered so far. Chapter number 1, entitled Pharmaceutical Emulsion, in which we have studied introduction to pharmaceutical emulsion, types of pharmaceutical emulsion, formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion, and equipment used for formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion, stability of pharmaceutical emulsion, including both physical and chemical stability, and the pharmaceutical emulsion. And in the second chapter, that is entitled Suspension of Pharmaceutical Suspension, in which we have discussed in detail about the introduction to pharmaceutical suspension, classification of pharmaceutical suspension, pharmaceutical application and formulation of pharmaceutical suspension. In that particular chapter of suspension, we have also discussed the various equipment that is used for formulation, of pharmaceutical suspension, and as well as we have discussed the equipment used for testing methods of pharmaceutical suspension. There is difference between these two topics. First one is equipment used for formulation of pharmaceutical suspension. The second one is the equipment used for testing methods. It is used in the testing or procedures for evaluation of pharmaceutical suspension. The third chapter entitled Semi-solid dosage form, in which we have discussed about the semi-solid dosage form introduction, then equipment used for semi-solid dosage form, and that particular chapter number 4, that is titled as equipment used for patches, sachets, implants and suture, and equipment used for patches and equipment used for sachet we have discussed in detail. And in sterile product, that is the fifth chapter, which is now under discussion, and so far we have discussed in the sterile product chapter. We have studied introduction to sterile products, microbial classification, and flow requirements, complete sterility, and air control, contamination control, and introduction to environmental monitoring, sources of contamination, personal training, major components of environmental monitoring, we have discussed, and that major components of environmental monitoring. Air and microbiological air testing method, personal and surface monitoring, sterilization, and various types of sterilization. It is described in United States Pharmacopoeia. Materials of reference books that has been already uploaded on the university portal. You can access through your RD, and courses covered through online classes. We have covered so far the courses, and our medium of covering these topics through online Google Meet classes as per the timetable, and recommended books uploaded on university portal. You can access to that particular topics that we have discussed in detail, and all the materials have been successfully uploaded on the university portal. Let's check one by one the topic that we have covered so far. And the first lecture that I have told you about the syllabus, about the handout that is related with the, you can see that according to the first lecture we have studied, what is the title of our course, what is the code and credit hours, and the course contents, syllabus and the recommended books. And the lecture detail, the lecture handout is provided for each lecture and has been successfully uploaded. Lecture detail PDF format, and audio video lecture over PPT, and recommended books, as well as the weekly schedule has been successfully uploaded on the university portal. An online meeting through the Google Meet. We have shared the link for the online classes using Google Meet link, and then you people join the class, and the link sent to the class representatives or CRs, and then the CR class representative shared with the whole class. After that you join Google Meet session, and by this way the course is being covered. It is the first introduction class, and the second class, it is entitled the pharmaceutical emulsion and its formulation, in which we have studied about the pharmaceutical emulsion and different classes of pharmaceutical emulsion on various bases, and in detail we have studied the emulsifying agent, antioxidant, and different other formulation ingredients. That was the second lecture, and a third lecture we have studied the equipment used for emulsification or formulation of emulsion, in which we have studied the homogenizer, the mechanical stirrer, colloid mill, and ultrasonifier. Remember that we have classified on two bases these four equipment. One is that is termed as on the basis of pressure based mechanism. The principle is pressure based mechanism. That is the first one, that homogenizer, that works on the principle of pressure, and the last one, that is the ultrasonifier, that is the also one of the equipment that based on the mechanism of pressure. And the rest of two, that is mechanical stirrer, and another one, that is the fourth one, that is the colloidal mill. These are non-pressure based mechanism working equipments used for the formulation of pharmaceutical emulsions. We have discussed in detail along with the level diagram of the colloidal mill, ultrasonifier, and as well as the homogenizer. And that was the third lecture. In the fourth lecture, what we have studied, that is the stability of pharmaceutical emulsion. And stability, we have studied the physical instability of emulsion and the chemical instability of pharmaceutical emulsion. First of all, we have discussed briefly about the stability of emulsion, that what is the definition, and which pharmaceutical emulsion is said to be stable, and how physical stability of pharmaceutical emulsion is characterized. And there are certain symptoms of instability, that is the physical instability of pharmaceutical emulsion, including the flocculation, creaming and sedimentation, phase inversion, and coalescence. And that is the diagram, a sketch. Remember that these symptoms of instability can be classified broadly into two main classes. One of the class, that is in which the symptoms of instability shown, that is flocculation, creaming, and sedimentation, in which no change in droplet size and size distribution occur, and the clumping of the droplets occur, the merging of the droplets occur, but either the sedimentation or the upward surfacing, that is the creaming, occurred by one of the phase, either sediment or come to the surface. And in these three symptoms of instability, no change in the droplet size occur. The droplet size remain constant, and the size distribution of the droplet remain constant, while on the other hand, the phase inversion and coalescence, in which change in droplet size and size distribution occur. We have studied in detail the flocculation, the creaming, the sedimentation, Stokes equation, coalescence, phase inversion, and in the second phase of this topic of stability of pharmaceutical emulsion, which we have discussed about the different chemical instability of pharmaceutical emulsion, like oxidation, microbial growth, which occur in the pharmaceutical emulsion by using the antioxidant, different types of antioxidant, and different microbial preservatives are used in order to control the microbial growth or microbial contamination. That is most of the ingredients and the pharmaceutical formulation, such as carbohydrate, proteins, cereals, and phosphatide. These ingredients readily support the growth of a variety of microorganisms, and to prevent the growth of microorganisms, the suitable preservatives or the antimicrobial agents are essential in the formulation within the specified quantity. That was the fourth lecture. In the fifth lecture, we have studied about the pharmaceutical suspension, general introduction, types, applications, and formulation. While in the sixth lecture, we have discussed the equipment used in the preparation of pharmaceutical suspension, different equipment, including mechanical stirrer, colloid mill, ball mill, and homogenizer. We have discussed in detail in the sixth lecture about this topic. In the seventh lecture, we have discussed the various equipment used in test methods or evaluation of testing of pharmaceutical suspension. That was our seventh lecture. In the eighth lecture of this course, we have studied about the semi-solid dosage form, introduction to semi-solid dosage form, including ointment, paste, gels, and jellies. In the ninth lecture, we have studied combinedly the semi-solid dosage form equipment as well as the equipment used for patches, implants, and sachets. We have thoroughly discussed the equipment used for ointments. And about the patches and equipment used for patches, and a little bit about the sachet equipments, and a little bit about the implants. In the 10th lecture, we have studied about the sterile products introduction, sterile area, and microbial air classification. In the 11th lecture of this course, we have studied about the ophthalmic ointments. We have discussed ophthalmic preparation and ophthalmic ointments, formulation of ophthalmic ointments, organoleptic evaluation or inspection of ophthalmic ointments, and finally the packaging of ophthalmic ointments. That was our 11th lecture, and recalling from the course, we have covered the 12th lecture. In the 12th lecture, we have studied about the complete sterility and air control, aseptic processing, terminal sterilization, air control, and in particular air control, we have discussed laminar flow system or laminar flow and its different types and its importance. In the 13th lecture, we have studied about the contamination control. There are mainly two different types of the contamination, either the personal borne contaminants or the airborne contaminants. We have discussed in that particular chapter, that is the lecture about the contamination and its sources, and these two different types of the contamination contaminants, that is the personal borne or the airborne contaminant control, were discussed in the detail. And in 14th lecture, we have studied about the environmental monitoring, sources of contamination, post-mortem training, personal and surface monitoring. And recalling from the previous lecture, that was our 15th lecture, in which we have studied about the sterilization and different types of sterilization. described in the USP. In the USP, 5 sterilization methods are there, including steam sterilization, dry heat sterilization, sterilization by filtration, sterilization by ionizing radiation, and the 5th method of sterilization, that is termed as gas sterilization. We have thoroughly discussed these topics, and today topic, that is about the topics we have covered, that is titled as review on topic covered. You can consult this topic on the online portal. Let's overview the topic on the portal, and the reference book and other materials or contents that's available on the portal. Let's overview. After access to the portal, you will select your courses, your semester. I'm selecting the courses that my courses that is assigned to me. I'm clicking on industrial pharmacy, and you can see the week-wise distribution. That is the first week. You can see the timetable for the 8th semester Form D, and the syllabus that I have uploaded, and after that you can see it is the recommended book Lakeman, Remington, Cooper and Gunn, and after that you can see the weekly schedule of topics from syllabus we have covered according to the weekly schedule. And after that I have uploaded lecture 1 handout, lecture 1 introduction detail, and lecture 1 audio video over PPT. If you have missed any class, you can click on that particular topic, and you can help from lecture that is uploaded, it is audio video over PPT, introduction, and so on. Lecture 2 entitled pharmaceutical immersion at formulation, and these are the topics have been covered so far. We have also uploaded for your convenience and your help. You can anytime visit the portal and can view the topic and can listen the audio video lecture as well. You can see up to 15th lecture, and today is our 16th lecture, that is about the overview. It is a course overview. You can consult the book, it is uploaded, and the topics that we have covered is also uploaded for your convenience. Suppose you are interested in a book, you will click on that particular book, and and these books uploaded on the portal. Suppose you are interested in Blackman, it is uploaded on that website, and after clicking on that book you can see consult the contents, the topics we have got from this book, either this one or combination of books. You can see derived product, sterilization, semi-solids, pharmaceutical emulsion and suspension, and the page numbers are there. You can visit these pages for more detail. If you are interested to visit the Remington, that is Remington book, and this book uploaded on the portal. You can check the contents, and after checking the contents of your desired, or in the glossary you can also consult the respective topic which you are desirous. You can see core dispersion and colloidal dispersion. You can visit one of these topics in order to consult ophthalmic preparation over there. You can consult parental preparation, sterilization, and these are the topics, and our syllabus. You can also consult the glossary on that particular topic. If you are interested to visit alphabetically, and the respective page number will be there. You can visit and prepare from there. That is the second, and so on. You can visit any other book as well. That was a little overview about the portal that we uploaded for you people. If you are interested in the online that is audio video lecture, you will click on that particular topic you are interested. If you have missed or you have any problem on this topic, you can listen about the topic of your interest. And so on. You can consult and lesson any other topic of interest by clicking on the respective link on the portal as well. The assignment you have uploaded on the portal, because deadline is over. I have told you about the assignment number 1, the name, the registration number, course name, semester, program, and assignment number over there. that was a format, and that was decided to load on the portal or submit through the portal, the official meetings, and the grading will be done soonly. And errors or any deficiencies will be also addressed to you people, that you can improve your assignment, your next second or third or so on assignments, and it will not only improve your skill but also minimize your error, and the chances of error will be also minimized. Suppose I am interested to check one of the topics. Suppose one of the topic that I am going to share with you the sample. Let's say, for example, I am showing you one of the example. The student has written the assignment on the formulation of emulsion, and first of all we will check that what is the exact title that is mentioned, and it has been asked to submit the assignment on that particular topic. First of all, you should be careful about the assignment. That is assignment number 1, formulation of pharmaceutical emulsion. You should write down the assignment number 1 and that particular assignment title, and write it to the center. And if it is a Times Roman, that is widely used, or Calabria fonts or any other fonts, suitable fonts. So the official font is, remember that it is Times New Roman, it is widely used. You can see this topic, the course name, that put written right as industrial pharmacy like this, and be okay. And semester 8, if I write down it as 8, and then it will be more appropriate. And in pharmacy, if I write it as capital P, and course name, if I write down this title as, and it will be, I think so, more convenient. You can see in the front page, in the title page, the student has written the emulsion. It should be on the second page after the title page, and there is error, that is emulsion. Basically, these spelling mistakes should be also removed. You can see, well, I am going to select this topic, and after selection I will select the suitable font, which is Times New Roman, and then I will check the line spacing. The line spacing is almost done 1.2 or 2, but it is 1.15. It's more or less, and there are some other errors like this one, that is solution, and there is no need of if you select on these, you will justify. Now it is justify, and this title should be larger as compared to the subtitle. There are some other errors you can see over there. This font size that is 13 calibri, you can see over there, but the font size here under the subtitle text, that is 11. Try to use the uniform formatting. If it is 11 and it is 13, it means that it is not uniform. And moreover, these contents are not justified. Now these are justified. For example, you can put over there comma and non-toxic, and so on. You can see it is another error. And in classes, the spelling is wrong, and vegetable is wrong, founders it is wrong, surface activity is wrong, and this is also wrong one. These are silicate, and this is aluminium. This is another error, aluminium, silicate. These are different mistakes. And what is this? Interfacial tension. This one is wrong. And so on. There are a number of errors, and the students benzoic acid, and another error, sulfur dioxide and sulfides, and you can see over there. And there is another formatting, another style. Italic style is also used, and references are not to the mark using the suitable style. And these are the errors for students. You can also see these texts that is over there, but later on emulsifying agents that they have used, preservative they have used, that is not, and the lining or composing needs some improvement in that particular assignment. If I select all the topic from there, and then select the font size, and there are some like spacing over there which needs to be improved. And these are italic, remove the italic nature, and it should be justified, and spelling mistake should be also removed from the topic. These are some of the examples of the error which most of the students not care about their assignments, and then they are complaining about their marks, and these are the associated problems that XYZ not taking care about their assignment and not improving their assignments. And one of this class XYZ or ABC that I have told you it should be improve. That is one of the examples that I have told you about the assignment, that it should be improved: uniform size, uniform formatting, uniform environment, and bullets, and the number wise sequence, and the font size, registration number, the exact title. These are the most common problems associated with the students and their their assignments. And if you try to manage and to organize your composition and the sequence and the assignment and the proper numbering and proper spacing, and then not only your writing skill will be improved, but also your assignment will be good looking and easy to understand for everybody, and it will be very effective, and the credits will be maximum and easy to prepare for the final term or any other examination point of view, and it will be in a presentable manner. Anyone who see he will be attracted toward the assignment and the style, the formatting, the knowledge and the skills, and definitely you should I think so it will be helpful to you people in order to carry out any other assignments, like assignment number 2nd or 3rd or any other assignment. It will be very helpful to you to improve your skills regarding the assignment writing and its proper submission, proper formatting, in order to get a good grade and efficiency in the skill and improvement and the formatting and the styling, as well as the minimum error will be there in your assignment. And it is suggested that you should write assignments and compose your assignment from different books and relevant books that is already uploaded, or any other relevant book. Avoid any slide shares or any other websites for or any other lecture that is already prepared with no proper or reliable references. Avoid these things. Try to follow the books, the research paper or review paper, or any conferences of the authentic and reliable sources to avoid any confusion in the assignment. Thank you all for your attention. Inshallah, we will discuss in the online Google Meet session as well this topic, and thereby I will tell you about the midterm course that we have guided from the online course. And the university formatting and the styling of the midterm course. Thank you all for your attention. And in the topic I have told you about the review on the topic card, a letter description, and these are the topics that we have covered so far, already mentioned, and you can consult by access to the university portal. And these are the topics so far we have covered. Remember that in the final that is the steward products that we have discussed in that particular chapter about the introduction. That is not we have completed the complete chapter, but these topics have been covered, and that sterile products, introduction to sterile products, microbial classification, install requirements, compatibility, and air control, contamination control, and introduction to environmental monitoring, sources of contamination, personal training, major components of environmental monitoring, air control and microbiological air testing method, personal and surface monitoring, and the final topic. So far we have covered in this chapter but not completed the whole chapter as well. The final topic, that is we have discussed in detail, that is sterilization and various types of sterilization method described in the USP. Thank you all for your attention.